Son, hey, I love you, okay?
What's good YouTube, it's your boy MVT and welcome back to the What MVT Thinks channel where we talk about everything movie and TV shows related. Now in today's video, I'm back with another power video, but more importantly, we're going to be speaking about the balcony fall when Ghost got shot and all of the unanswered questions around that. And I'm also going to touch on the DNC as well because I definitely believe that they can be in on Ghost faking his death, but let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Now before we actually get started, I highly suggest you guys watch all of the previous parts of the series. In part 1 and 2, we cover all things related to him faking his death. In part 3, we cover Ramona Garrity's theory. In part 4, we cover Uncle Gabe's theory, and in part 5, we cover Simon Sturr's theory. And as I said, in today's video, we're going to be covering the balcony fall and also the DNC as well. So let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, but without further ado, let's dive straight into today's video. So season 6 episode 10 and episode 15, we see exactly when and how Ghost is shot. Now if we actually go back and look at how exactly it happened, it leaves you with a lot of unanswered questions. The first thing I want us to look at is the balcony itself and how tall Ghost is. In the pictures that you guys can see on screen, you can clearly see that when Ghost stands up right next to the balcony and the railings, it goes just past his waist. This is definitely an important point to focus on. Now after we see Ghost standing by the balcony clearly waiting for someone, Tariq walks in, and as he walks in, Ghost turns around and takes around 3 to 4 steps towards Tariq. So at this point we now know that he's actually got a fair space between him and the balcony railing. So after a bit more talking, Ghost takes another step forward, making the total steps between him and the balcony railings around 4, maybe 5 steps. So at this point Tariq actually pulls the gun out on Ghost, and Ghost still doesn't step back, meaning that the number of spaces between him and the balcony remains as 4 or 5 depending on however you guys want to look at it. I'm just going to say 4 to stay on the safe side. Tariq fires the gun and the next thing we see is Ghost falling from the balcony. So this is my big question. How? Since when does getting shot by a handgun make a full grown man fly? I could somewhat understand if it was a shotgun or a sniper, you know, something that holds a heap of power. But a pistol, to me, a pistol is not going to make you fly, especially a full grown man like Ghost that's got his weight up. He's not exactly skinny. I mean, he probably weighs anywhere between 13 to 15 stone, so he's definitely a decent size, and to me, a pistol is not going to make him fly back like that. Now, over the course of Power, we've seen loads of people get shot point blank range, or at least the same range that Tariq shot Ghost from. Now, one thing that they all have in common is that the shooter usually gets blowback. So when you shoot someone that close, their blood will splatter black in your direction, and that's pretty much what blowback is. It was even explained by Ghost or KANAN in one of the previous episodes in one of the old seasons. Now this wasn't the case with Tariq, which is definitely a big question for me, but we also need to look at the way that other people fall when they've been shot in the same manner and in the same way. For example, we could speak about Milan, Professor Reynolds, Tony Teresi, and the list pretty much goes on. But all of these people were shot with a handgun from medium to close range, and they all had the same reaction. They dropped. And if they did fall back, it would be like maximum 1 to 2 steps at the max. No one was flying. From the handgun Tariq had, that should have only caused Ghost to drop. There's not enough power in that gun to push him back 4 to 5 steps and then over the railings of a balcony. Also not forgetting the fact that the balcony goes past his waist, which would need definitely a lot more force to get him over it in the first place. I think it's also important to note that if he did fly back and then fall over the balcony as well, it's more than likely that his body would spin in the air instead of just falling the way that he did fall. Now I know a lot of you will say that they've done it to make it more dramatic and suspenseful, and don't get me wrong, I 100% understand that and I actually get that, but at the same time, like I've said before, Power is a big show with millions of viewers. They could have easily have made it so that there was no unanswered questions from the fans. Tariq could have walked closer to the Ghost, Ghost could have moved back closer to the railings. After the shot we could have easily seen some blood on Tariq's face or in his top, and in Tommy's point of view we could have seen Ghost in a pool of blood, but we didn't, and they've done this for a reason. They have left all of these unanswered questions for a specific reason, and I promise you guys they've done it for a reason. Now if Ghost had dropped the way that he should have, then he probably would have fell right in front of Tariq, and more than likely Tariq would have put a bullet in his head. I think the writers made him fall for that reason in particular. Not only does the fall make his death more believable for the viewers, but also for Tariq as well. After shooting someone from that distance and then seeing them fall from a balcony, you probably wouldn't think that they're gonna stay alive. Now I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that that's what they planned to do in the first first place. Now a lot of people keep on asking me how would he survive that fall, and to be honest, it's not that big of a fall. It's literally the first floor of the club, and yes, it would be a painful drop, but I don't think it's enough to kill you. We already know that his body was moved very quickly, and he pretty much got moved as soon as Tommy left. So any injuries that he did have could have got looked at ASAP by some of the best doctors, and he probably would have been cool. For me, the balcony fall is just a little bit questionable. As I said already, it makes it more dramatic and suspenseful, and I understand that, but for me it just doesn't make that much sense. I think they've made him fall so Tariq wouldn't shoot him again, and to make it more believable for the viewers, I definitely don't think it's a stretch to say that Ghost could have planned this, and he could have possibly jumped or took a leap over the balcony, creating a bit more distance between him and Tariq. Now I know a lot of you probably won't believe the fact that he would have taken a jump or a leap, but if you think about it, if you're staring down the barrel of a gun, jumping backwards over a first floor balcony probably looks like the best way out rather than getting a bullet in the head. So I definitely believe that that could be an option where he got shot and kind of pushed himself back or took a leap over the balcony, just as I said already, to create that distance so that he wouldn't get that follow-up bullet in the head, because that's how pretty much everyone finishes their kill. If you're on the floor and you're breathing, you need to take a bullet to the head to shut your mouth up. So personally, that's what I think, but let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Now we've got to remember that, like I said in part 1 and 2, in Tommy's point of view, he doesn't see Ghost in a pool of blood, but then when we see Tariq's point of view, we see Ghost laying there in a pool of blood, again giving Tariq that feeling that 100% his dad is going to be dead. There's just so many unanswered questions around the balcony fall, and also the point of view episodes being a little bit different between each character. How do you guys feel about the balcony fall? Do you guys feel like Ghost is alive, and do you guys feel like the balcony fall was almost a setup and Ghost could have potentially have took a leap or a jump? I'm really interested to hear your thoughts and opinions, so let me know in the comment section below. But that was pretty much the balcony talk out the way. Now we're going to quickly move on to talking about the DNC and Stephen Ott. Now I'm not going to spend too long speaking about this because I do have one more part of this series coming out next week, and in that part we're going to be speaking about Detective Santana being potentially Ghost's brother and how he might have been in on the master plan. And with that video I'm also going to be talking about the DNC in a bit more depth, but in today's video I just wanted to touch on it just a little bit because I do feel like it can go into the balcony fall as well. So as I said, we're going to quickly talk about the DNC and Stephen Ott. So throughout the whole of book 2 we pretty much see Stephen Ott and the DNC going real hard to clear James St. Patrick's name. They don't want anything to do with criminal to be attached to James St. Patrick's name. Obviously they want to cover up the DNC party, and they want to make sure that their reputation remains intact. So as we all know, before Ghost was shot, he actually made it into Albany, and we know that because of that he actually now has a lot of political power, and we've seen how powerful Stephen Ott can be in book 2. As I said already, he's pretty much just going around telling everyone what to do, what to say, covering up whatever he wants. We see that he has control over the police, we see he's got control over the lawyers and even the judge. I mean, he went into the judge's chambers and told the judge to leave the room. How do you go into the judge's chambers and tell the judge to leave the room and then she leaves the room? You must be very, very powerful. So with that power, he could have easily have covered up anything and everything. This could be from covering up the false body, making sure that questions around James's death or disappearance go away. It could be literally anything. Me personally, I definitely believe that the DNC or Stephen Ott might be involved. The amount of power that they have means that they could pretty much do whatever they like and get away with it, and I definitely believe that that will play into the storyline. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. As I said already, I will be doing a separate video, one last part for this series, where I speak about Detective Santana and I speak about the DNC in a bit more detail, but in today's video I just wanted to touch on it briefly. So I hope you guys do like this video, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the series. If this is the first video of the series that you guys have seen, I definitely suggest you guys watching the previous parts, as it paints one big storyline and one big theory for you guys to go along with. I've been really enjoying making these videos for you guys, and I'm kind of upset that it's getting to an end with one more part going, but I've got so much more content coming for you guys, so I hope you guys stay subscribed, because there's going to be some amazing content coming. And plus, when book 2 season 2 starts, if there are any more clues relating Ghost being alive, I will continue the series then, but I don't want to drag it on for too long. So as I said, there's going to be one more part after this one, which is going to be talking about Detective Santana and the DNC in more depth. So if you guys do like the sound of that and are interested, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications. Now if this video was helpful and you guys did like it in any shape, way or form, please do share the video. Sharing the video does really help me out a lot more than you guys actually think. Even if you just share it to one social media platform, that would be absolutely awesome. I would really love you guys for doing that. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and that's it for me. It's been your boy MVT for What MVT Thinks. I'm out. Peace.
Let it go, make my body go, make our bodies high.